8-8.
8-8. That is today's date, and this is the 8th episode. Wow, that worked out pretty well.
Did.
So, first things first, this is how fat I am. And I'm joined as always by Mr. Jameson. Say hello.
Hello. At what point do you stop saying you're fat? I'm
At
just
at
curious.
what point do you stop asking me that? Like,
I mean, I'm just gonna keep asking. Just
as
want to
if
know. Inquiring minds.
just gonna adjust the volume a little bit. I think I'm clipping. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and scooch this over. Take a look at our numbers. Wow. So today is day 161, and so we've got Mr. Jameson at 226.9. That is a total weight loss of 77.9 pounds, dangerously close to 80. That's pretty sweet. And today I hit a very big milestone of losing 50 pounds. So that was exciting to wake up, and especially after the last several days of just like kind of being all over the place. But yeah, we both a little bit shy of our predictions. Like,
Yeah. What did I
we
like?
thought I would lose like 5.5, and you would lose like
I said
7.
7. I'm at like 6. I mean, it's not bad.
No,
Close.
that's wonderful. I would love to lose 6 pounds in 2 weeks, but
6 is decent.
it looks like I only lost 3.1, which is a little below what I want to be at, but still, it's pretty good. So another thing we noticed too is like my benchmark over here on the right. So like the first 10 pounds was pretty quick, and then like the last 10 pounds I lost to get to 40 pounds lost took me 41 days, and then this time it took 42 days. So definitely a gradual slowdown there. But yeah. So how are things going with you?
Really good, actually. I had a weird run yesterday where I was like, I can run forever. And I don't know why it felt that way, but
Mm-hmm.
like I think I ran like 4.8 miles and I
Wow.
felt like I could have done like 7. It was ridiculous. So I don't know what caused that, but man,
Yeah.
I was in the zone. So yeah, it's been
That
going fine.
that has happened to me once, where I was just like, oh, I'm not doing 1.5 miles. Like, I'm just gonna keep going because I feel great. And like, at one point, I remember telling myself I should probably slow down so I can go farther. Like, let's. And then I slowed down and was at the speed that I normally go at my fastest. So like that whole time I had been running pretty quick, and it's nice when that happens. It's for me, it's very few and far between. But like some days, you just have so much energy, and like your breathing rhythm is just on point, and your head is
Yep.
just kind of like in another place. So like, yeah, it's happened once so far. Like this weight loss journey, like my last one, like I don't know, what was it, 7 years ago now. That one I had quite a few times where that happened, and I think like the best time that ever happened for me, I ran like 4 miles in like 24 and a half minutes or something crazy. And like when I was done, I was like laying on the gym floor panting, and but like yeah, it feels incredible, but that's cool.
Think
That
we're
so that just happened to you yesterday then, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna coin that the forest Gump. So that's what we can refer to it as going forward.
You pull the
You,
forest.
you pull the forest. Yep. Yep. You
Or
just
you
kept running.
just keep running, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna try to do that today, but like I got to a mile and a half. I was like, I can only do another half mile, and then I'm done. So at that point, like, you got to make a decision. Are like, if you know you can't go an extra mile or whatever, like, you should probably try to sprint like the last back end, and like,
Yeah.
I like to finish my workouts with the tank completely empty. So that's what I do. Like I sprint, kind of imagine like a finish line. If I'm at like, point 0.8 of a mile or point 0.9 of a mile, and like there's only like a tenth left to go, then I'll just sprint the whole ending. Try and get that speed up to like 7 or 8, and just go to town. Is that kind of how
Yeah,
you how you do it too?
yeah, mine's similar. Mine's like time based though. So like if I know I'm at the
Mm,
last minute,
gotcha.
I'll sprint as fast as I can for a minute straight,
So
and
you
then
don't
normally,
do distance, you do time. Is that what your app
yeah, well,
does?
because of the program I use, like right, I think yesterday was 40 minutes running, 5 minutes walking, and then 10 minutes running. So like eventually it just turns into 60 minutes of straight running.
Hmm.
But I just follow whatever the training schedule is for that thing because it's served me fairly well.
60 minute, like how
60 minutes is a 10K
oh, you're
basically.
doing 10. Okay, I was gonna say a 5K for like a
Yeah.
decent runner would be like a half hour, right?
Yeah, I finished the 5K and I've got 4 days left of the 10K and then I can switch to speed training after that.
Okay.
Because I'm not really focusing on like my mile times right now. I'm just going for basically distance, I guess, and
Right.
endurance really.
Are you finding yourself like your mind is more preoccupied with your workout now than it is your diet? Because like I noticed at work and at lunches and stuff, you're talking way more about like how your running's going compared to like how your eating is going. So is that kind of like, do you feel like
Well,
your diet's just kind of like autopilot at this point, or because you eat
I
the same thing
mean,
every day,
I
right?
mean, mine always was. So like, yeah, I eat the same thing every single day.
Okay.
So the only thing that changes is like I've been making jerky, and I normally have it as a snack. So like,
It was delicious, by the way. I had
so
some.
my snacks will change. Like I made bison jerky this weekend. So like that's
Oof.
my I do that, and then like a one of
Is
the
it is
like
that like extra lean or
no, it's just bison. It's like 90/10 is normally what
okay?
I use for jerky.
Is it
But yeah,
considered a red meat then?
yeah,
Okay.
it's wild game, but it's similar to ground beef, but I think it tastes better.
Yeah,
It's
whatever
not too
you
much
brought
more
in was
expensive.
was delicious that day.
Yeah, I did black pepper and garlic.
Mm,
Bison was the latest. But yeah, other than that, I just kind of keep it on track. So I guess my focus is more on my workout just because it's variable and changes, whereas my diet does not.
right.
So yeah, I think that makes the most sense. I
Yeah.
imagine a lot of other people probably focus on the diet a lot more just because, you know, they change their variety up or they're trying to like learn meals that fit within the thing, but
Yeah.
I just pick three and stick with it.
I'm trying to get to the next level on being strict with my diet, so that's been my focus. Like I've been doing some more research, and because like when I go to the gym I just run. Like I get on the elliptical and I just run, so it's not really, I just go as fast as I can, as long as I can. And but like
Right.
at some point I want to start lifting weights, and expanding the amount of physical activity I'm doing, and like I really want to make sure I'm getting into this before winter comes, because I know I'm gonna get like real tempted to be lazy and not want to go anywhere when it gets cold out. So
Yeah, I need to come up with a winter plan as well.
yeah, luckily
That
the
is
gym
gonna be
is
a
heated,
struggle.
so uh,
I hate the treadmill, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just have to like say
you
skip running cardio and just bulk over the winter. Honestly, I don't
you
really
do have an
know.
elliptical. I
I have
mean,
an elliptical and I have a treadmill at home and a full weight set and a bench, but I don't
so do
like the
that.
treadmill. It's awful. It's just so boring. I just don't like being in one place.
I know,
I like seeing things and there's like deer all the time when I run, so that's always interesting and
right?
I don't know. There's just something about being outside.
Yeah, I feel you. I like for me lately the podcasts have been helping. Like I've been listening to a lot of Smartless. Just like they had like Eugene Levy on, and like I really love him. So it's just stuff to take your mind off of like how much the monotonous.
How much you're not moving and you're
Right,
just staying in place.
right. Um, but
Ugh.
speaking of earlier, you mentioned some spices that you were putting on your jerky, and it just reminded me that we did the Hot Ones Gauntlet last week.
Oh man.
Yeah, that that was incredible. But like, I haven't had like we used what were they like basically chicken nuggets, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
breaded. Well, they called them popcorn chicken, but in no world
yeah.
was that popcorn chicken.
They
Those were chicken
they
nuggets.
were large, yeah. And honestly, for me, like having the processed frozen breaded chicken did more to my stomach, I think, than like the heat did. Like I didn't really have any like bathroom problems or anything, but like I felt so bloat like cuz I haven't been eating that kind of food, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just weird. I don't know, like obviously for the first like, during it and like for an hour after, everything was just like heat like I was out of my mind when we got to just the one right after the bomb. Like that,
Yeah, the watermelon one.
yeah, number 9 was it was weird. I had this sensation where like my whole head was on fire and then all the pain went away. It was almost like it canceled out the bomb. And then and you guys were all like complaining about your sinuses and and stuff like, oh no, I burped and like it hurts, and I was just like, I feel perfect right now. And then we did the last dab and it was like that's all gone. Like this is
I actually tasted the watermelon, and everyone was like, "There, I didn't taste anything except burning." And I was
I
like, "Dude, I tasted the sweetness in the watermelon.
I
That was the
didn't
last thing I remember."
I didn't, and like I said, it was like 10 seconds of pain, and then literally it would just like it went away. It's the weirdest thing, and then I brought it home, and Sarah, my wife, did the gauntlet, and she recorded herself, and she like did not do well with the last two, like they like the bomb. Obviously, I was like, okay, here's where it like really sucks, but like
Yeah, to be fair, the bomb is awful, and
yeah,
nobody should ever eat that. And if anybody eats that recreationally, they're just a psychopath.
I, it doesn't taste good, and this is like the alternate recipe with actual peppers in it too. So like I don't
It's
know,
literally just tastes like burning. Like there's no other way to
battery acid.
describe the bomb except it tastes like burning, and it's
Yes,
awful.
it smells like battery acid, and it just tastes like yeah pure fire. And but I don't know. Our boss was telling me at lunch that she actually like was in the fetal position like in bed like just sweating when she got home for like 4 hours. And I'm like, I mm, I don't know, man. Like either some people just don't handle it well, or it's the fact that like we had taken like heartburn meds and like Pepto Bismol and stuff, and like because we were like preparing for it.
In her defense, she went
She did.
ham on
She
those
did.
sauces.
She did.
Like,
She was not.
I
She was not
could
shy with it.
not believe the amount that she put on her stuff. Like,
Right.
because she didn't want to be like skimping out, and I was just like, all right, that's fair.
Right. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and I mean, as weird as it sounds, it's like a team building thing because like everyone was going through the same, and it
Yeah.
was terrifying too because I'd be like, I'm not ready, and you're already passing it around, already asked the
Mm-hmm.
next question, and it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, oh man, I need like 10 more seconds, but like that was my only thing was for
Gotta keep it
me, it
moving.
was a little fast, but yeah, we were pressed for time, and but man, it's cool because now when I watch the show and I love the show, I
Yeah, now you
actually I know
know.
what they're going through. I can say like I've also done what you're doing.
Like
So
when someone's suffering on the bomb, it's just like, oh yeah, I get it. I really truly understand why you feel like you're dying.
hmm and I'm more impressed with Jenna Ortega, who
Or Scarlett Johansson, both
did
of them just slam
just
through it, and
she
I'm
yeah
just like,
like
are you out of your mind?
like
Do you
no
not taste
sweat,
anything?
like she didn't even like fan her face or her mouth, like just was like this is food, okay. I was like wow,
Yeah, it's
That's
unreal.
Wednesday Adams.
Right?
Like just
She doesn't
no
she doesn't
flinching.
have emotion.
Right. But
But
yeah.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that everybody participated, and
Mhm.
hopefully the last two participate on Friday, because I think that's going to be just as enjoyable as watching it from the outside, knowing like what they're going through, and then just being
Mhm.
able to sit and ask the questions. Like I think that's going to be a blast.
Right. So, I guess we'll we'll go to our predictions here. I'm gonna be a lot more modest. I'm gonna say I'm gonna lose 3 pounds. So I'll be between like 351 and 352. Like I'm
You know
just
what? I'm going big. I'm gonna say that based on my past 4 days, because I think there's something weird's going on, and I don't know if like my metabolism is in like high gear. I'm gonna go with 8.
but
I
you like didn't
because
lose any weight for several days.
at the beginning, but like so these last 4 days have been an anomaly, and if it continues, I think something weird's going on. I think I've hit like a weird like I'm running enough where my body's like, okay, we really need to like dump calories to keep up with this madman.
Mhm.
So like, because it's like 229.2, 229.2, 228.7, 226.9. Like I looked back and there are no stretches like that where I maintained or lost weight for 4 days straight.
Right.
So I think something weird's going
Even
on.
though
So
it
I'm
feels like you do because of how fast you lose weight.
yeah, but I think I'm going with 8. I'm going a little crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past you. I'm just like the fact is you don't have much weight to lose. Like you weigh 220. Like that's normal
I mean, I
adult human
still,
weight. Like
yeah, but I still got weight to lose.
yeah, like you could probably be healthy at what 180 at your frame and
Yeah, 180, 190 is probably where I should land if I want to be like healthy.
okay.
So, and that's kind of where that's why I want to hit 190 because that leaves me some room to still lose. But at some point, I really just have to put the hammer down and start lifting like crazy.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, one thing I did notice when I was running because of my my nips lighting on fire, uh, I'm
Oh,
actually getting pecs from running, which is crazy.
that doesn't make
Like
sense.
I'm getting like noticeably, I'm like, wow, what the heck? Like I'm actually getting kind of built. I'm like, this is nice.
None of that's true.
And no, this is true.
That came.
It's all false science.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What's
was
probably happening is like what was underneath this whole time is starting to
Oh,
like
it very well could be. It's
show.
starting to show itself, but
Right.
I'm not gonna say no to that, dude. Like I'm actually happy or getting happier with my physical appearance, and I
That's
haven't in a long time.
that's awesome. Yeah,
So
and
I
I'm
mean,
thinking too like this next 50 pounds for me, like we were talking about this morning actually, that I think this will be more noticeable than the first 50 cuz like and again, like this
absolutely.
was the weight, the 405 at the top. Like that's just what I was when we like started. I weighed more than that like before we started because I had already been cutting back on like
Right.
I had stopped
Like you were
drinking.
trying to actively make adjustments
Yeah, like
before that.
I had stopped drinking soda and I had stopped eating drive-throughs and like I wouldn't get candy
Well,
bars and
hold
stuff
on,
for
hold
a
on.
while.
Back that up for a second. Do you mean to tell me that you are not supposed to eat Taco Bell and Beatos for lunch every day?
I mean,
Shut the front door. Shut the front door.
for some people it
Because
works.
I heard from somebody who's very reliable that you can lose an insane amount of weight just eating whatever you want and never having cheat days. You just have to never cheat.
Well, it's not cheating if it's in the diet.
It's not
So
cheating if you eat it every
if
day.
it's something you have every day, then it doesn't
Then it's
count.
not cheating. You're not going off the rails. You're always on the rails of the fast food train.
Yeah. But oh, something speaking of cheating, so I think it was I don't know. It was like last weekend or the weekend before. Um I had gotten some ice cream and I ate
That
way.
was bold.
Yeah, I ate. I was in the. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I was grocery shopping, and I picked up one thing of ice cream.
And you ate a carton of ice cream in the
No, I did.
grocery store while you're shopping.
No, yes,
It
no.
was a weak moment.
So I had more ice cream than I would normally allow I I haven't had ice cream in months, but like what I'm trying to say is like it definitely made the day like a technical like cheat day because that's way more sugar than I've had in months, and it was over the
Well, I mean,
span of like 12 hours.
calories probably too, right?
Yeah,
Like
the
you must
calories
have.
calories are yeah,
I'm
obviously.
sure you slammed that thing.
Yeah, so I think what happened is like it was like right in here, and I got back, I like gained weight. And then what's cool though is like I didn't give up, you know, and then it just kind of like bounced around a bit, but then now I'm, back on track. So like that's the important thing is like, you have a cheat day on day 152, and then you come up here, there was a cheat day on like 97, but like overall, like you still got to just diet. Like you can't just be like, all right, it's screwed, I'm going to get B dubs, you know. We for those of you watching and don't know, like we keep saying beat ups because like that's kind of the go-to lunch that at work that a bunch of us would go get, and that's yeah. It's not like I love beat ups or anything. It's just kind of like what we used to always eat, and me and Jameson haven't had it in at least 162, 61 days. So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, it's been a ride, man. Like,
Staying
and
away from it.
speaking of rides, we only have 80, well now 85 days left until Vegas. So
Crazy.
less
I
than
don't.
3 months.
Honestly, that's what the biggest concern that I have. Like I'm
Yeah.
physically concerned for my well-being when I go to Las Vegas and I try and reacclimate myself to food. Not only like various different types of food that aren't healthy for you, but just quantities of food. Like I am so curious to see how my stomach handles that.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Would the key will definitely be not to pull a Josh and line up buffet after buffet after buffet all in one day. Like that's
One, I don't remember who I was talking to, but like another thing that I'm worried about is our hydration. Like
yes.
I drink like 1 to 2 gallons of water a day now.
Yeah, that's
And
about
it's so hard to get water in Las Vegas.
that's
So
yeah.
like
They
how in the
they
world
they
are we
charge
gonna
you. They make it scarce, and like they
yeah.
don't they don't want you drinking water. It's so weird. But
Yeah, they
like
want you to drink alcohol. So it's like I was actually talking to someone about that and I was like, dude, I'm actually worried about Joe and I because I don't know that we can maintain the water that we
are
consume. So
is
like
are you allowed to have your own drink? Like can we bring like giant bottles? Is
I
that a lot?
I
Like
think
you're
so
allowed to
because
have like a backpack, right?
you can drink on the street. So like if
Right.
you can drink on the street, why wouldn't you be able to bring in your own drink?
Cuz worst case scenario, we fill up in our hotel sink and then go to the ice machine. And then
Yeah.
and then walk around with like a bottled water with a lid on it or whatever, like a
Yeah.
like
And I
a
mean I've got the free drinks too, so like every
yeah.
day we can use those for bottles of water or something. But
But you're
I think
right
it's gonna
though.
be tricky. I think it's gonna be tricky to
Compared
maintain
to
our
how we
current
drink
water
now,
consumption.
it's yeah, it's nowhere near. Like I remember last year, it was like day 2, and you and I were like, let's use our free drink tokens on water
Yeah,
because
we got like Fiji and it was like the best
it
Fiji we've ever
yeah, it
had.
was very refreshing.
The Fiji hit different. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm just like, man, we gotta be careful
Yeah,
because I like it's very easy to become dehydrated in Las Vegas, especially now that our bodies are like, yo, dude, where's the 2 gallons of water you drink a day? Like, I'm
right,
pissed. So
right.
we'll have to be really careful and probably get a lot of water at CVS or something.
Yeah, I still like to be really comfortable doing that much walking. I still would love to lose like 30 pounds, but like I wouldn't. If you told me a year ago, next year you'll be 50 pounds lighter, I'd be like okay with that, You know,
Yeah, 50s, dude, 50's
it's a
nuts.
lot of weight to carry around.
Realistically, let's see. So you did what, 3.1 here? The week before that was 5,
Yeah, some weeks
somewhere around 5.
I lose like 3 or 5 pounds.
That was 2. That one's 4. So let's average it and say 3.5.
Yeah, I was thinking
So
3.5. Yeah.
so 3.5 seems reasonable. So you've got 85 days. You got 3.5, 85 days. So 85, we do our check-ins every 2 weeks. So divided by 14 equals 6.07 multiplied by 3.5. So if you stay on track, you'll be down another 21 and a quarter pounds by the time we leave the Vegas
Okay. Yeah.
at a 3.5 average. So you'll be at
70.
71 pounds. Like that is
Yeah.
solid.
70 pounds would be terrific. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
that's at a 3.5 every 2 weeks. So like that's doable. That's 100% doable. Especially if you said you're clamping down on your diet even more. Like, dude,
I have been. Yeah.
like
Well,
you could
since
easily be
the ice
minus
cream.
70 since the ice cream incident.
Since the ice cream. Yeah. Yeah, I realized too that like I was just brainlessly eating. Like even if I was just having peanuts or something, like I was eating past dinner time too. So like I've completely stopped doing that, and
Right.
it showed because like 3 or 4 days later, now I hit a new milestone. So it's like I'm just
Well,
gonna.
and it's like, everyone's always like, "Oh, you're crazy for being so strict," but it's like, but that's why I'm strict because like
The results show
I
up.
I will destroy that box of goldfish or that jar of salted peanuts or whatever it is. Like I will absolutely demolish it.
Yeah.
So like I can't have it near me. Like don't I don't have that level of self-control after I've started consuming it. So
Mm,
the solution is don't start consuming it. Like that's the only thing I've found that actually works for me properly. So that's just kind of what I've been sticking with.
yep. All right. Well, I think yeah we ran a bit long, but we definitely had a lot of stuff to talk about, and yeah, I think we'll end it there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully, like 5 pounds lighter.